Hello, welcome back. This is Terra162, and we are going to continue our adventures in Creeper World Anniversary Edition. Let us go to the next world, Tucana. Uh-oh, Commander. We've rifted to the specified coordinates and ended up on Tucana. The city is in a terrible position. We are surrounded by Creeper, and there is precious little high ground. We normally might try to relocate the city to high ground, but there is no high ground large enough to support the city. And you will have to act quickly to save the city. Mortars will be instrumental. Build a collector network rapidly and take advantage of the 4 craters around the city. These craters will buffer the Creeper for a while as they fill up. But once full, only the gods can help us. So Commander, don't let them get full. Commander, if you approach an emitter with blasters and mortars to provide cover, you might be able to get a single blaster in range to effectively cap off the emitter. Once capped, you can free up most of the resources it takes to hold back the Creeper from that emitter and focus on the next emitter. Alright, let's go. I'm gonna try that. So, this is actually probably one of the hardest levels in my mind, because you really have to race against time to get stuff set up. If you don't, you will get wrecked. Fortunately, you have to build stuff quite slowly, because if you don't, you'll start the deficit, and then the deficit will destroy your rate of production. Finish that guy. And start working on another one. Alright, let's go. Launch that mortar! Yes! Alright, now we're gonna move him. Pound out this guy. I think I'm gonna let him fire twice. 3 times. So the reason why I'm moving this one is because if I can get him to weaken the Creeper in the craters, I'll be able to prevent them from overtaking me, essentially. See how effective just 1 or 2 mortar rounds can be? The key to success. And you still have to expand, because if you don't, then you're not going to produce enough energy to actually get anywhere. He should be done in just a moment. Yes. Alright, so we've got 3 out of 4 mortars. Once I get that 4th one up, really need to start pushing for more resources. match can be a pretty big slogfest. See this? That mortar is pretty much already eliminated the threat from these two. Their threat's pretty much already eliminated. I'll let them charge up a bit. Now we can focus on all these tasks. I'll turn them on in just a moment once I get this built. You kind of have to prioritize and pick where you want to use it because, you know, efficiency, once those craters are partially empty, it doesn't really do us any good. Guys for a second, since the creeper is encroaching upon me. See if we can't get some more collectors built. Alright, so we've actually established a good base now. We just need to start producing some blasters and maybe advance in on one of these guys. Load another one of these guys. Alright, so we've pretty much expanded as much as we can, so the only The only next option that we have is to actually start pushing. So once that mortar is done, we will advance and see if we can make any ground on the creeper. Alright, so there's a little task here that I need to do, which is move these guys here. Disable this guy. The goal is to get the mortar close enough to start shelling this so we can move up the blasters. Watch this. They can stay alive in the creeper for a moment. So you can launch a few. And then get them out of there. Just getting a foothold has to be probably the hardest part. Making slow progress, but we're making it. We're gonna actually be able to cap off this emitter real quick. Just gotta move them in position, and then this emitter will be capped off, and we can move on to the next one. As long as this can be finished before he runs out. He's gonna run out. Yep. Let him charge up. Maybe I can get him here with fully charged arsenal. Alright, here we go. And he is going to be capped. Now I can get my energy supply a little more balanced, since we can build inside of this crater. But we cannot move him. He is officially stuck there for the rest of this event. spot's been pretty empty for a while, so I'm going to go ahead and build some collectors here, maybe gather up a little bit. We'll see. I'm going to need another blaster to disable these, because you only really need one over here right now. So we can move them into position. The idea is to go up along the side here with collectors and get to the point where we don't have to worry about any of that creeper. So let's start firing. One nice little trick that you can do is what I'm doing right here, just kind of bound with the units. As you can tell, it works pretty well. Over here, and we've got 2 out of 4. Now he will stay there until the foreseeable future, and I can build some more of these collectors. I gotta say, this one has to probably be one of the more challenging, I should say. Of the levels. So my next plan of attack is I'm just going to keep wrapping around here, but our energy production is looking swell, so I'm actually going to start building a couple speed modules and see if that can aid us in our advancement. The only thing is I got to make sure that they keep energy, because if they don't, then I'll lose all of these collectors and it'll just be a bad day. Speed modules are done, so I'll start working on a couple more. So bounding is a swell tactic as long as you take into account the delay in movement. So you don't lose your collector as you're moving your blasters. You can actually get like 2 blasters and you don't have to worry about that. But you saw how the creeper movement almost took out the collector. That would have been bad for the whole, destroying them thing. So that emitter has officially been capped off. So you can get, I'm gonna just say 2 more blasters and start wrapping it up here. Make sure that we take advantage of our new terrain. Super strong now that they've lost most of their output. As you can tell. We're going to build 2 more of these speed modules and continue advancing with our blasters. That I can't completely bow right here. It's unfortunate. I can there. Oh no! Waited too long. So that's exactly what I was saying by building within your limitations. But this emitter is about to be capped. And there we go. Mission completed. We have escaped the world. So that was another episode of Creeper World Anniversary Edition. Have a great day.